From those terror-stricken faces to heartbreaking sobs, actors work hard to entrench themselves in their roles. Some of the best scenes in the movies come from their illicit, bona fide reactions of surprise, sadness, and occasional terror from the actors. Haven't you seen a good film and thought, wow, that scene was too good, the acting was on point? Yeah, it's because actors did it by being themselves, by being real. And well, these are the bloopers that made it into the final cut. Hi friends, welcome back to another fascinating episode of Unlimited Movies. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at 10 times actors weren't acting. Before we delve into it, don't forget to drop a like. If you're new here, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, and for more spellbinding content, turn on the notification. Now, let's look at some of the unscripted and memorable moments when actors weren't acting, and were their honest reactions. These are tremendous, real-life performances by talented actors. Number 10, Steve Carell, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. The 40-Year-Old Virgin, starring Steve Carell, is a rom-com about a 40-year-old virgin, Andy Stitzer. To get into dating and become more appealing to his female counterpart, he decides to wax his hairy chest. No acting was required to make the scene more genuine, because Steve Carell committed to having his rather hairy chest waxed for real. The screams of pain, the yelling, and the tragic look on his face, everything was as natural as it could be. Carell said on the Graham Norton show, "I thought it would be funny for the guys who were watching it in the scene." For those who have never tried waxing your hairy chest, don't forget to rewatch the scene, and you will not even dream about waxing. Have you ever been in Andy's shoes? Number 9, Shelley Duvall, The Shining. The Shining is one of the most excruciating horror thriller that has hooked many of us. Shelley Duvall's character, Wendy Torrance's exhausted anxiety, the constant sense of fear, terror, and her puffy and swollen eyes were authentic. Acting for such horrific scenes was hard enough, and the director's treatment was more challenging. The director, Stanley Kubrick, was demanding and treated her the same way her character was treated in the movie, even when the cameras weren't on, with a sense of detachment and indifference, paired with a unique need to constantly critique her work. She was isolated while on the set. The fear and uneasiness Duvall had exhibited in the film had resulted from her off-screen experience. Though this gave us a thrilling movie, it might have given her a shrill for days altogether. Number 8, Drew Barrymore, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. E.T. features the most adorable and loving alien. However, it's an extremely horrifying-looking tiny creature. Child actor Drew Barrymore felt the same way too. Remember getting an E.T. toy and hiding it somewhere unseen from your sight because you were scared of it? Well, Drew Barrymore wasn't any different. She was not introduced to the E.T. puppet beforehand. In the scene where she first discovers the E.T., the surprise and fear on her face are genuine and real. The scream that escapes her in the scene is quite honest. Number 7, Guess Who Is Coming to Dinner? Starring Katharine Hepburn and Tracy, it is a comedy drama of the late 1960s. It explores the racism surrounding interracial relationships. The movie was overly emotional for Katharine Hepburn, as she knew Tracy was her long-term co-star, and her lover was in his declining health and was at his last breaths. In the final scene, where Tracy's character is giving the speech about love, it was most likely to be real and from the heart's bottom. 2 weeks after the filming, Tracy left the world. The tears of Hepburn in the final scenes were genuine and heart-melting. She never saw the completed film because it was too painful for her to see her beloved partner's last moments. Number 6, Carrie Ells, The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride, starring Carrie Ells as the dread pirate, Weasley, is a cult comedy of 1987. As a pirate, there are some horrifying treatments in the film. In one of the scenes, Wesley gets clocked on the head pretty hard by the six-fingered man, played by Christopher Guest. However, it was not just any acting, but it was for real. When the stunt didn't look realistic enough, Ells suggested that Guest knock him as hard as he could using a real metal sword. And that's the last thing I remember. I woke up in the hospital, Ells writes in his book, As You Wish. There could not be a better actor than Carrie Ells, who was ready to endure long-lasting brain damage for the movie's realism. Number 5, Jackie Cooper, The Champ. Would you believe if we told you that they bullied the children for a more genuine-looking performance? Well, we will show you. The Champ is a sports drama film of the 1930s, starring child actor Jackie Cooper. The young actor is required to produce some tears. Sadly, isn't able to. The little boy finds it hard to muster up tears on the cue. To get the kid to cry, the director, King Victor, pretended to fire the assistant director, who is Cooper's favorite. Well, now you see. This is how they bully the performance out of the child star. Number 4, Brad Pitt Fight Club. Fight Club, starring Brad Pitt and Edward Norton, has many fighting scenes, just as the name suggests. However, in one scene, the punching got too real and came unexpectedly to Brad Pitt. Speaking to Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show, Edward Norton explained he really hit Brad Pitt in the ear during one scene. "It's the first punch in the movie, and I hit him in the ear," said Norton. His surprise was real, and the dialogue was unscripted. It's all the genuineness of the actors to be so willing for the movie to be the best. Number 3, Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future Part 3. The movie Back to the Future Part 3 stars Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. With the unexpected turn of events in time traveling, Marty is ready to sacrifice his life for the sake of his friend. The part comes where everyone's favorite Mart is going to die and it's going to be hung. Michael J. Fox actually agreed to have a rope around his neck. Most of the scenes were, of course, shot using body doubles. However, there was no way this scene could be recorded with a body double. The wild plan had a different idea. However, when the stunt didn't bring the desired emotion, he got a bit tired. This messed up the plan. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to position his hand and was actually being strangled for real. The crew mistook his perfection in acting until he lost consciousness for half a minute. Wildly irresponsible, but it gave us the best expression. Because it was genuinely genuine, but imagine what if the crew hadn't noticed. Number 2, David Bradley Kes. Kes is a British drama of the late 1960s starring David Bradley. It's a story about the difficulties of the abused and neglected boy Billy Cooper's childhood. The film's bleakness is underlined in the scene where a group of schoolboys is being carried by a teacher. To get the genuine, startled reaction of pain, they were struck by a cane for real, while they were told they would not get caned for real. And the camera kept rolling to capture the moment. You can't imitate that expression, the point at which the cane strikes the hand. So we just caned them, really, Loach admitted. Ironic, a movie about child abuse involves real child abuse. Number 1, Michael Keaton, Birdman. Michael Keaton's character, Regan Thompson Birdman, was forced to speedwalk through the Times Square half naked. Him running through the crowded streets of Times Square only in his undies was the real deal. People were gawking and chasing him all the way down, all the while trying to capture his picture. The exciting thing is that only a few were the paid extras. Many real people made it into the scene, and their reactions were undeniably genuine. So guys, which of these is your favorite? Have you ever guessed these parts could be real and not acting? Have we missed any of the scenes that, in your opinion, could have been an actual performance and not just acting? Vote up the times when an honest reaction made the movie that much better. Comment below to let us know. Imagine you're playing a role for the movie and your co-star simply can't get their expression right. What would you do to let them get it right? What would your technique be? Do you have any scenarios made up in your head? Comment it down in the box. We are waiting to know them. So that's it for today's video. We are happy you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like, and if you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. For more exciting content, don't forget to turn on the notification. Until the next video, goodbye.